we have a special guest, Damian Bailey. He's a filmmaker, actor.
And he's going to discuss a little bit about how he came about it, what his role is, how the industry that he's in is coming about.
Hello?
He also brought two beautiful ladies, Frances and Anissa, and they were part of they were in his films Gang Girl. So introduce yourself, Damian.
Hello guys, y'all can hear me?
Hi, Damian. We have Wesley Snipes in the building now.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm nervous.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
No, you're not nervous.
So, no. I'm Damian Bailey from Glory to God Productions. I'm the writer, producer, director of my first feature called Gang Girl.
Hold it up.
Hold it up. Hold it up. Hold it up. You can give it to
Where's
me.
Hey, Gang Girl.
Woo! Make sure you check that movie out.
Round of applause.
Let them know where the film is.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay. Here I'm from the Bronx, born and raised in the Bronx. We shot the movie in the Bronx. I just want to introduce my castmates, my wonderful actress.
Sure, no problem.
Come to the mic. Go ahead. Come on.
Don't be shy. What's your name?
Frances Lozada.
Nice to meet you,
And what do
Frances.
you play, Frances?
I play Lopez.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anissa Chalmers. I play Queen V. Queen V.
Okay, and these are the two lead actresses of the film and the bar. So it was a good experience filming in the Bronx for a good couple of months because we shot it on a shoestring budget.
Wow.
A lot of Murphy's Law came into play. A lot of the cops came into play, interrupting a set because they thought some female gangs was terrorizing the Bronx. And I have to tell them that no, there's a camera. Camera's right here. This is a movie, and we went through a lot. But by the grace of God, we're here. So, promoting Gang Girl.
Awesome. Okay. So how what inspired you to do this movie, Gang Girl?
Well, what inspired me is to take it back. I started with plays, doing my own original plays, and the first play I wrote was it was called The New Testament Story of Paul the Apostle, and that was a modernized version of the story of Paul, who was this tormentor of Christians, and he got converted, became one of the greatest apostles. What I did was I modernized that, made him into this big bad gangster guy. He had his own gang members and so forth, and we did a play up in Harlem. Anissa, who was helping me at the time, gave me an idea saying, why don't you make it all girls? And I laughed at her because I didn't think that existed. And then Anissa told me her past, her dealings with the so-called few gang members.
Wait, so the movie is about about your life, right?
Well, not 100% about the life. If you look at the movie, no, it's not 100%. But no, I didn't kill nobody. I'm not a murderer. You know, let's fight.
But it has
doors. I come from the Bronx. Speaking to the microphone closely. That's how Malcolm got shot, right?
It basically has some of your input, some of your...
Yeah, I mean, some of the things that occurred in the movie actually did occur to me. I mean, there are a lot of women that have gotten raped. Unfortunately, I was one of them. There are a lot of women who have had abusive parents. Unfortunately, I was one of them. I love my mother to this day. So anyone sees me on this podcast knows my mom. She's still a great person. She just had a lot of struggles in her life. And unfortunately, I happened to be the person that she took them out on, just like a mother in Russia.
Yes.
Yes.
We understand.
We have to forgive them because we have to understand where they come from and what they've been through.
When you become a parent, there's no rule book. And so you do the best that you can. And look at me today. So my mom did the best that she could with what she knew at the time. And I'm still living, standing, breathing. I'm not dead. So those of you who have abusive parents, forgive them. Because, they're doing the best that they can.
Right.
And part of being a gang, I wasn't actually blood in, blood out. But I respect y'all. So if y'all see me on the street, I love y'all. Peace to everybody. But I did have a best friend and I did a little things that, I don't want the feds to hear about, when I was younger, in my past. But glory to God, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm well, and I just praise God for the change that has occurred in my life. So that's about it.
Right, and she told me her experience, and I was blown away that, I didn't know that existed. So I went up the next day, did some research online, and talked to some few former gang members that were females, and they were telling me all their struggles and their process or how to join the gangs, and I was like, wow, nobody's telling the story. I don't know why. They always have something to do. They always have the men showing with these movies, but and nothing about the girls. There was only one film about female gangs, just one. So I was like, well, let me be the next one, and then let me change it and add the Christian element to it. So that's the inspiration. Anissa was the inspiration for gang.
Right. Now, how from you doing your research, how is it that women get involved in these gangs?
For all you women out there, we need a lot of love and not a lot of attention. We need a little hug. We need a little this. We need a little that. And sometimes we don't get it at home. And so we go out there and we find it. There's a scene in the movie, in the very opening scene, where Queen V, Veronica Johnson now, no longer Queen V, is talking to the young lady, Shakira, and she says, she asks her, well, why did you join the gang? Because your man was in it? Did he promise you the moon and the stars and all that? And that's what we want as women. We want the moon, the stars, the bling, the bling. We want to look cute. We want to smell great. And sometimes we don't get it. But then there's this man who can talk and whisper in your ear. And what do? Yeah, man, you fall for it.
Thank you.
And then you can't get out of it.
And that's exactly what happened. And then you can't get out of it. And then in addition, the same young lady who Veronica Johnson is talking to goes home, and her mother is dealing with her own issues, and her mother's a drunk, and her mother's like, riding her real tough, and she just finds in a place to want to belong. And that's unfortunately what we as women go through. We want a place just to belong, someone to, just give us a little acknowledgement of that we're precious and we're beautiful and we're princesses. Right. And unfortunately, it was found in the gang, and by the time you in, you can't get out.
Right. It probably starts too at home that you don't get it, so you look for it somewhere else. And wait, so what role did Frances play in the film?
Lopez.
Okay.
I started Queen V before she became Queen V in a gang, which was mostly guys, and she just started taking over. And I guess once I don't want to give too much of the film away, but something goes wrong in my life, there's a turning point, and I end up, in jail, and that's my turning point.
Right.
To realize that it's not all the fun and games that I thought it was, and yet by the time I come out to try to change V's life, it's a little too late. So what I got her into, now I'm trying to get her out. And it's
So you feel guilty.
Yeah.
Your character feels.
Yeah.
Wow, this is interesting.
I grew up a lot while I was away in just those few years.
Wow.
And it was a little too late. So it's kind of my fault what happens to be in her life, because she was not part of the gang at all.
Right.
Wow. Is this your first film?
It's similar to American X, right?
American X. Oh no! This film looks interesting. It looks like American history. I mean, it's interesting. Don't get me wrong.
I saw the movie, so I can't give it away either, because it's a really good film. Everyone that's watching really needs. Oh, where can they go? Where can they pick it up?
Yeah, you can pick this up online at Amazon.com, BestBuy.com, BarnesandNobles.com. You can also rent it at Blockbuster Video. Okay. And it's going to be on cable on demand starting this week.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
So it's definitely be on cable.
We might have a show just for the movie.
Did you ask me if this was my first film?
Yes. I will ask
No,
him.
this wasn't my first film.
Okay.
This is my first time playing a gang member.
Okay.
The last film before that, I played a sex doll delivered to the wrong address, but there was no sex in it. It was just a doll, so I had to always be freezing and not blinking and hardly breathing. But I remember auditioning for Damon. I never met him. I went to this audition, and I didn't have that much time, and I had to be at someone's party, so I was thinking of leaving until he came out and said, I need a Lopez. I need someone reading for Lopez. And I was like, I'm reading for Lopez, and nobody else was at that time.
She had an attitude.
You know what it is? I have a stern face. Like, my mother has a stern face, so she has this like built-in don't mess with me attitude. And so I walked in, and I remember I just walked into the room, and Damien goes, don't come in here before you start audition. Don't come in here act cute and tough. I don't want to see that. I want you to take me somewhere. Ooh. And I was like, okay. So
tough director.
That actually helped my audition because I was like, okay.
Right. And he wants to see the real me, so I'm gonna come out all gang right now. I'm gonna come a gangster right now. He just pissed me off.
And I'm surprised if you thought I was that tough. Why wouldn't you think that would be a good Lopez? Because that was her role.
I did. I just thought you were hot.
She was high?
And his wife is in it too, so watch it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel cornered.
That's right.
Writing to us right now. Writing to us. You are the hottest, just said yeah. Shakira. A shout out to Shakira. She did a great job in this film too.
Also, his wife was in the movie.
She did a great job. She really brought in that energy that got us moving along. So I think all the girls in this film really
enjoyed it.
Right.
Came out.
And Damien was a great director, you know, because as actresses, we can't see our work. We could think we would think we're doing the right thing, and Damien would be like,
a good director gets it out of you. Yeah. You know, that's important. Yeah.
It's all about making you feel comfortable and making the real you come out into the character, into the movie.
It was tough though. It was we're talking 12-hour shoots, no money.
Roaches in the street.
Not only that, it was a 3-man crew because the guy that I had to shoot, he had a family emergency, so he gave me all his equipment. He loaned me actually all his equipment to shoot it, and I've never shot a film in my life. I've been acting for 17 years, been on film sets. I have a cartoon illustration background that I used to do, but I've never shot anything before in my life. So I've shot 80% of this movie myself, and the other.
You're not in the film,
no,
right?
I'm in the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm in the first 5 minutes, and
at the bus stop.
Picking up a girl, huh? No.
But Warren Andrew Painter, he was the original DP, and he was so graceful to lend me all his equipment, and I mean that was just by the grace of God. Finished it and then gave it back to him.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
No.
Well, I want to ask. I'm sorry. How do you say Anissa? I just wanted to ask her about the scene that she was talking about the rape scene. How were you able to get into character, knowing what you've been through? Like, was that a hard thing for you to come out of? Was that
Speak up a little, Melissa, so they can hear you.
Yeah. One of my professors in school always taught me, you know, as an actress, you have to be a people watcher. You have to take your experiences. You have to be able to bring it to life. So part of being a savvy actress is to be able to understand that your experiences bring to life the character. Was it difficult? Yes, because after the shot, Damien was like, you all right? And I had to take a minute, you know, but at the end of the day, because you have to decompress. You know, a lot of actors that are real, you go to a place that's dark and it's difficult.
Yes.
But fortunately for me, you know, I didn't have the sad ending that she had. Was it difficult again? Yeah, it was. But in order for it to be real, in order to it to be believable, you had to go there. So,
as a filmmaker, I just cannot watch that scene because it's so gripping.
It's so real when realistic. I saw it. Oh my God,
yeah. And it's hard for me because I wrote it, and I had no problem writing it, and I had no problem shooting it until when I saw it in post, it hit me hard. I was like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like it. And I don't remember directing you closely with that scene. I just said, just do this, do that, and then let's just move on.
No, you didn't. That's why I think it was trust between the two actors. Yeah. Antonio, you know, shout out to Antonio if you're listening. Yeah. He's a really, really great I can't even say the word right now. Improvisationist. He's really good, and he makes you feel really, really comfortable. And you know, for us to be able to do that scene, and you know, he's just really good. And I just thank you, Antonio, for making me feel comfortable.
Awesome, good.
Yeah, I was wondering when we did shoot, we shot really fast, and I was like, oh my goodness, is that gonna come out good? Like, Damien, are you sure this is fast? But then when you look at it, you say, and it's weird because
it seems like you took a long time doing it. Yeah,
it's two different things, and I mean, I would look at the film, and for the first time watching it, I go, that was me, you You know, it was weird looking at
We
it.
had so many conflicts.
Oh yeah, share the conflicts of
so much of Murphy's Law. I have to say, this was the best film school I've ever taken in my life. Where do I begin with this? Ranging from the cops interrupting our sets. That happened 3 or 4 times. I know one. I'll tell you one story in particular. The scene where Veronica is in the house party. 2 things happened in that situation. Okay, because we shot that in the South Bronx, one of the kind of like a rough neighborhood in the Bronx. So I don't want to give too much away, but in the scene there's a lot of screaming, there's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of closing doors or so forth. So in the scene where there was a lot of screaming and Anissa's character runs out the door, there was a couple of, let's say, thugs or whatever hanging outside the front door. And when that door burst open, they got up and like put their hands in their pocket as if they was going to pull out a gun. And I had to tell them, no, this is a movie, you know, put those away. They put it away, and then like maybe 5 minutes later the cops came and they were like, oh, we heard some screaming going on. I had to tell them that this is a movie, and they wished us luck. And that was like the 3rd or the 5th time we've been stopped by the police. The first time we was up on a roof in a gang fight, and like a whole SWAT of cops.
Are you
came.
serious?
I'm
Oh
dead
my
serious.
goodness.
And I had to run down there and say, oh no.
Did you capture this in the film? Actually?
No, I didn't.
No?
I didn't. I wish I did.
That's the sound of the police.
I know. It was so rough because you're dealing with 90-degree weather in the Bronx. You know, the last thing you want to do
Oh,
is
you shot it right in the sun.
I shot it in the heart of New York City. And I mean, they were wearing these tough green sweaters.
You remember?
You know,
You guys were all in
yeah, they were all in
ganged out.
Yeah, good. Tell us the story.
There was one story. We were going to shoot the scene, so we were all in character. We all had our costumes on. We had the bandanas on. We were covered up, and these old white women, nothing wrong, Caucasian. Let me be politically correct. There were some older, elderly Caucasian women, and they were in the elevator, and we were in the elevator. And when I say they were freaked out, and we just stayed in character because it was just hilarious. Yes.
Did you guys get that in the film? That would have been good.
We put it in the elevator, and then he said, "Put the bandana over your face." He put it over our face, and we just stood there waiting. Everybody in the elevator was quiet.
Oh my God! They probably called the police on you guys.
They were probably like, "Oh damn, when's she gonna make a move?" Cause I'm on.
I think one of the hardest things to do in the film is keeping up with the continuity with the big earrings.
Oh my God!
Break.
Did you guys have the brown lipstick on too?
No, we had the red.
The red lipstick. Oh God.
The Timberlands.
Right, because
No.
part of the movie takes place in the 80s. So
Okay, the red lipstick. Yeah, because we had the brown lipstick going on.
Brown
Thing.
lipstick is later on.
I know the brown lipstick was in. Yeah, exactly with the lip, with the brown lip liner.
Post-production was 10 times worse than actual filming.
That's the worst part.
Not getting into too much details, but I had to edit this all the way upstate.
You edited the whole film?
I didn't edit. A great man named Lamar edited it. But I had to go up there to check out, see my scene, and it almost took like approximately maybe 2 years. I shot this film while I was working as a personal trainer for Equinox Fitness, which I was training about maybe 5 or 6 clients a day. And at the same token, filming this movie with my own money. So when people say, "Oh, I don't have time to do stuff," I'm like, "Look, if I could do a feature handling 30 girls, 30, all these girls, raise a family."
Oh boy.
Okay. Raise a family.
I got 2 here. They're going crazy.
And still.
I got one big
job,
baby.
And still keep my job and still film my passion. Then you have time. You just gotta make time and just do it.
You gotta believe in yourself. If you want a dream to come true, you gotta make it a reality.
Right. Like Anissa said, you gotta take those risks and sacrifices.
Nobody
actually,
else.
someone is asking who's on the show. Mitch, we're here with Damian Bailey, Francis, and Anissa, and he's a filmmaker. Make sure you catch his movie in Blockbuster On Demand. It's called Gang Girl.
And it's doing very well too. It's doing very, very well in the market right now. That's why it's going on cable starting tomorrow, I believe. Check your local listings. It's doing very well.
So that copy could disappear here, right?
Yeah.
Give it to me.
And Jasenia Bailey, she's also a stand-up comedian, believe it or not, and she plays such this like cruel, gang member, and just to know that she's so funny in real life. It's very good. She's a very good actress. So Damon, no more auditioning for Jasenia.
No, she got a. She
Oh wait, you made your wife audition?
Hold on.
Damien, you made your wife audition?
She actually. Hold on. She actually has her own stand-up. Not stand-up. She has her own variety show, a Spanish Latino variety show called IK Funny, and that's premiering in May. IK Funny is premiering in May in Midtown at the National Comedy Theater, and it's a great variety show full of Latinos.
Let me correct. It's I Get Funny.
I Get Funny. Yeah.
And she's hilarious. I can't say hilarious. She's hilarious.
We gotta have her on the show. Just saying, you gotta come to the show next time now. So, Damien, how hard was it to get distribution? And
well, I had numerous distributors interested even while I was filming the movie, but I did some research, and I wasn't interested until my good friend DC Coles hooked me up with Maverick. And I've known Maverick for a couple of years. I've seen some of their movies and so forth, and they do great with distribution straight to DVDs. So I thought they would be pretty cool. We bonded, DC and I bonded. He helped me a lot with the distribution with Maverick, and we were able to get a pretty good deal out of it. So that's why it's out doing well, because I try to distribute it myself before
how were you planning on going about that?
I was trying to sell it online. I was gonna sell out in the street, and I was just tired. I was just like, what?
I'm done with this film.
I was like, you know what? I got like 2 other films that I need to finish editing and put out. This gotta go. I gotta get rid of this. So Maverick was interested. They loved the film. They saw it. They wanted to distribute. So I was like, hey, by all means, go ahead. And it's doing very well.
Awesome.
Thank you, DC.
Shout out to DC. Now, my next question, what's going to be your next move?
You want to put mine?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a couple. I'm going to make it brief. I've done 2 feature films after Gang Girl. The second film is called The Big West. It's a comedy based on my life. I'm acting in this one. It's a mockumentary about a struggling actor trying to be like Wesley Snipes. Okay, it's based on a short film that's on YouTube right now.
I thought you were the double.
No. And actually, Wesley Snipes is aware of the film, so we're trying.
Oh, really?
Oh, he is?
Yes, he's aware.
Has he inspired you as an actor?
This time.
Not really.
Not really.
Wait, Wesley, you didn't hear that right now.
I got that. We're gonna screen that in June.
That's funny.
And it's very funny. And I have a short film that I produced called Moth to a Flame that's dealing with AIDS. That's directed by my acting coach, Rosalind Coleman Williams. Written by her husband, Craig T. Williams. And I also star in that. And then I have another feature film called The Choice that deals with abortion in the church. A rape and abortion in the church. That should be by the end of the year. So I got a lot of stuff lined up.
Wow.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. One of the last questions I really want to ask you guys, that way for all the viewers out there, is what advice and what words of wisdom do you have for people that are trying to come out in films, and they're trying to come out with their own in the industry?
Just do it. Never let your circumstance dictate your outcome. Never let your education dictate your outcome. Just because you didn't come from NYU or you didn't come from Harvard, that you can't do anything. With God, all things are possible. Whether you come from film school or not, whether you're rich or poor, whether you don't have money or you do have money. If you have something in you, a story, a performance you want to share that's in you, and everybody is telling you no, just do it.